Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1. Well, I've got a little bit of a low tire there on the dually. Normally I would be concerned, but I'm not, because I've got AAA RV coverage. All I do is I call them. I pinpoint my location and off they come. I rarely have to call them, but when I do, they always get the job done. And why get your hands dirty? So get your RV AAA card. If you had to tow this sucker and pay cash, it wouldn't be cheap. So I sleep better having these types of products. So that low air tire, I actually tried putting some air in with a crappy air compressor. I think I lost more air than I put in. So why would I even be concerned? Because I got AAA RV coverage. You should get one too. This is not a paid sponsorship, just some common sense advice so you can save you some money and convenience.
I've been a vagabond drifter. I'm just taking one step at a time. I feel the scars and the blisters. Now I just gotta give up and resign.
Well, hello tubers, hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. Well, I'm on the road and it's hot. It's hotter than hell. At least I'm in a forested area, which helps a bit. But, when it's hovering around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, middle of the day really kind of sucks. I'd rather it be minus 20 right now. It would be easier to deal with. Because over the years I've learned things that you don't normally learn unless you experience them, like your generator. Many of these modern generators with these splash lubrication systems, they quit running around 36, 37 Celsius or around 100 degrees. They have circuitry that will prevent them from destroying themselves, so they shut down. Which means your only option generally is hotel or plugging in. Now, I'm at a provincial campground here in British Columbia, and they only allow generator use between 9 a.m. and 11, primarily I guess for cooking, and then at 6 p.m. till 8. Now that evening generator time, that works out okay, because by then you are so damn hot you just can't wait to get into an air-conditioned RV. So I generally will run the air conditioning for 2 hours to cool the place down so that I can sleep better. Of course, even last night, while I did get it nice and cool for 8 p.m., by the time I was ready for bed around 10, it was getting warm inside again, because the ambient temperature outside was such. Oh, we got another camper driving through here looking for a spot. The good news is some campsites, especially in the hotter regions, they're not as popular, especially midweek. You see very few tent people, because as bad as it is for an RVer, can you imagine being in a tent or a tent trailer that has no air conditioning? Not very fun. And I've got a new friend to contend with. Meet Philamina. We can call her Phil. She's a girl. I've got a dove that I'm traveling with. A little bit of a story with Phil. She came into my life several weeks ago. She's actually a banded competitive, bird that lost its way. So, you can look up who the owner is from the band on the legs. And gentleman didn't want the damn bird, I guess. And I found out at around the same time that some of these birds were involved in illegal gambling of their competitive nature. I think they'd released them somewhere inland. I'm not quite sure. I think like Merritt, or I'm not quite sure exactly where they released them, but they generally make their way back to the coast somewhere. And this bird was originally from Langley. So the bird didn't make it home, and the owner didn't want her for, I don't know, maybe they thought it was a setup, and maybe they used this bird for gambling, and of course it didn't win, so they didn't want the bird. So I adopted her, and I've got her, and I bought a cage for her. And she's a very gentle, good-natured bird. And she's coming around. It took about 8 days for her being with me, and then she started cooing a bit, which was a good sign that she was content. And like I said, she's very gentle, fun to be around, and a little silly at times. So yeah, it'll be fun having her around. She's still inside the RV. It's morning when I'm shooting this because it's cool. I wouldn't want to be sitting right here in about 5 hours time. It'd be a little too hot. So figured I'd get the video over with, and I guess I got to rethink this whole road trip because it's so hot. So obviously gonna have to plug in and or get a hotel somewhere and or head back to the coast somewhere. So I'll weigh my options today, but by tomorrow I definitely got to be somewhere else because it's gonna break 100. And of course there's other areas very close to me in inland British Columbia that are even hotter. So I definitely don't want to go in that direction. Rather go in the other direction or stay around here where I can plug in. So this is actually one of my favorite undisclosed locations because it's less popular and it's kind of a first come first serve situation. There's a fire ban right now in pretty much all of British Columbia except for Haida Gwaii, which is the old Queen Charlotte Islands, for those of you familiar. So who'd want to build a fire? I guess maybe in the evening might be kind of nice if you had to cook, but yeah, not much need for a fire anyway. So yeah, that's about it from here. Me and Phil will have some breakfast. It's almost generator time, I think. Yeah, 8:30. So yeah, within about a half hour, I'm going to fire up that generator, charge up my batteries because I was watching TV all night. Internet's a little dicey where I'm at too. So, but you know, it's a funny thing when I think about dealing with the heat or dealing with the cold. I think it's so much easier to deal with the cold. Just logistically, getting cold and or getting cool and staying cool much more harder, especially with these restrictive generator times. So yeah, oh well, that's RV life. I see Carolyn's RV life is experiencing similar phenomenon, but she has a very different problem. Her problem's all in her head because she goes, well, you know, all these campgrounds, they got people, because she don't like the people, except she likes the people's money. That's very strange. Hates the people, but likes the people giving her money. Doesn't like spending the money. Of course, you don't have as much money to spend, I guess, compared to me. So she's always, you know, mooch docking or parking on public lands in upstate New York. Of course, she's got to be there. She said she's got to be there because Mom's getting old, and she found out Mom has some money. So you got to make sure that that estate winds up in her fingers rather than her brother's. So very strategic of her. Yeah. So yeah, the difference, I guess, fundamentally between me and Carolyn, other than that she's a lib and I am not, is that I am not afraid of opening the wallet. Yeah, Carolyn, here's what you do when you're faced with the heat like me. You open the wallet and you start spending some money at a campground. Yes, where there's people. Lordy, there's people. She might run into somebody that recognizes her and has a differing opinion, and she might go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over that. Always amusing how Carolyn does it to herself. Opens her lib mouth and has all sorts of lib juices running out that people go, wow, you really say these things? Like, why are you saying these things? It's all very peculiar, that lady. So yeah, Carolyn, I hope you're doing well, and rest assured, my tip of the day for you is to open the wallet, spend some of that cash. Oh, what? You don't have much cash? Oh, well, you get a job. You invest, you get a pension. You don't have to rely on the kindness of others to survive. Because that would suck if I had to do that, so I don't do that. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, sorry about the noise. I think they're doing some maintenance. Very wise of the campground workers to get some of that tree trimming and hedge trimming done while it's still cool, because who wants to work, you know, with power tools in the sweltering heat? So I guess I shall cut this short. So that's about it from here, tubers. Guess I'll see you on the road somewhere, and in the meantime, stay safe, keep your wheels on the ground, and keep your wheels cool. Over and out.
Gonna figure out what we've done, what we need to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.